Condemn the airstrikes carried out by the Israeli army against Palestinian people in the Gaza Strip that resulted in the death of at least 22 people, including children, and the injury of many others. The use of disproportionate force violates international law, and the use of military weapons in civilian areas is a heinous act. I offer my support and sympathy to the Palestinian people who continue to face systematic repression, abuse, and the denial of their basic rights. At a time when Muslims are completing our fasting during the month of Ramadan, we pray earnestly for the safety and security and dignity of Palestinians. Palestinians are rightfully protesting the planned eviction of families in the Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood of Jerusalem to make way for Israeli settlers, an unjust continuation of the settler colonial project, which has been the ongoing annexation of Palestinian land by Israeli in violation of international law. In response to the protests, according to the Palestinian Red Crescent, 330 worshippers have been injured by rubber bullets, tear gas, and stun grenades in the ferocious crackdown by Israeli forces on people gathering in the Al-Aqsa Mosque during the last 4 days. The pattern of Israeli provocations of Palestinian sentiments until violence erupts, which the Israeli government then uses as a pretext to deploy military force, is a familiar refrain used by the right-wing extremist government of Israel. While I do not condone violence, I also reject the attempts to create a false equivalency between acts of state terrorism and resistance. The Israeli government's provocations, conducted with the tacit approval of many in the international community, consistently undermine all the reasonable attempts to achieve a lasting and just settlement of the Arab-Israeli conflict. I implore the international community to reject Israel's colonial project, condemn the violence it perpetrates on unarmed Palestinians, and work more diligently towards a just and lasting peace which recognizes the dignity and rights of all. Thank you.